Hello everyone, Happy New Year. I hope you're all okay and keeping safe. This is the first assembly of the year and we have a new value this half term, respect. So I'm going to talk a bit about what respect means first, but the focus for this week is I am respectful to adults who help me. So first, what is respect? Respect is about showing that you value someone or something. It involves thinking about other people and their feelings. How can you show respect? Here's some examples. You can use good manners, such as saying please and thank you. Wait for your turn. Treat other people's belongings with care. Understand that other people might like or dislike different things from us and that that's perfectly okay. Understand that people have different talents or struggles and that's okay. Help others and appreciate it when others help us. Be a good listener. Celebrate differences between people and celebrate similarities between people. So I've taken some scenarios from Twinkl and I want you to decide if they show respect or not. Here's the first one. Your teacher asks the class a question. You shout out the answer without putting your hand up. Your teacher asks another question and you shout out again. Do you think that that shows respect? I'd say no, it doesn't. It doesn't really show respect to your teacher, but it certainly doesn't show respect to your classmates. So no, that doesn't show respect. The second one, you shout loser to someone when they miss a goal at break time. Does that show respect? No, that definitely doesn't show respect. Your friend talks about their weekend and you listen carefully. Does that show respect? Yeah, being a good listener is very respectful. That's a good way of showing respect. You say excuse me to get past an adult. Does that show respect? Yep, it does. Good manners. You ask if your teacher would like some help tidying up. Does that show respect? Yes, it does. And the last one, you push in front of someone else in the dinner queue. Does that show respect? No, that doesn't show respect at all. So now that we've thought about what respect is, let's look at this week's focus. I am respectful to adults who help me. Here are some examples of adults who help us. Medical staff such as doctors and nurses, firefighters, paramedics, police, shop workers, cleaners, postal and delivery workers, school staff including teachers and teaching assistants, and of course, very important, don't forget, parents and grandparents and people who look after us. Of course, there are a lot more people who help us, so maybe after the assembly, see if you can think of any others. I'm going to tell you a story about a young man who had taken his mother for granted and not always appreciated her help. A young and intelligent person applied for a job in a big company. The director saw that the youth had done very well in his studies from school to university. The director asked, "Did you get any scholarships?" And the youth answered, "None." The director asked, "Did your father pay your school fees?" The youth answered, "My father died when I was 1 year old. It was my mother who paid for my education." The director asked, "Where did your mother work?" The youth answered, "My mother worked as a clothes cleaner." The director requested the youth to show his hands. The youth showed a pair of hands that were smooth and perfect. The director asked, "Have you ever helped your mother wash the clothes before?" The youth answered, "No, never. My mother always wanted me to study and read more books. Plus, my mother can wash clothes faster than me." The director said, "I have a request. When you go back today, go and clean your mother's hands and then come back and see me tomorrow morning." The youth felt that he had a good chance of getting the job. At home, he asked his mother to let him clean her hands. He cleaned his mother's hands slowly. His tear fell as he did that. It was the first time that he had noticed that his mother's hands were so wrinkled and that there were so many bruises on her hands. Some bruises that were so painful that his mother shivered when they were cleaned with water. This was the first time the youth realised that it was this pair of hands that washed the clothes every day to enable him to pay the school fee. The bruises in the mother's hands were the price that the mother had to pay for his future. After finishing cleaning his mother's hands, he quietly washed all the remaining clothes for his mother. The director noticed the tears in the youth's eyes and asked, "Can you tell me what you did yesterday?" The youth answered, "I cleaned my mother's hands and also finished cleaning all the remaining clothes." The director asked, "Please tell me your feelings." And the young man said, "I have learned to respect my mother more. Without her, I wouldn't be successful today. And by helping my mother, I now realise how difficult it is to get something done." The director said, "This is what I am looking for to be my manager. I want to recruit someone who respects others and their help. You are hired." So in the end, the young man really appreciated and valued what his mother had done for him. He stopped taking her so much for granted and he learned to have greater respect for her. This week, think about what people do for you and be respectful to the adults that help you.